Wake up, it's more in my work. Let's talk about classical music for once. I never get to talk about this genre ever. And now I'm going to talk about it because why not? Bach trios with Yo-Yo Ma, Thile, and Edgar Meyer. All three of those musicians in this beautiful, beautiful orchestrated classical rendition. Now, I never talk about classical music because it's actually kind of a hard genre to talk about because you have all these other elegant aspects to think about when you're considering like this genre. Because you got your modern style, you got your really classical like Mozart, then you got your romantic period, and you got all these different periods that they could all be covering. And it's actually kind of confusing. One thing I'll always remember though is romantic is when they were really getting into emotional, intact like things, and I feel like that's more so with today's generation of classical music. And I truly do not believe classical music is dead. It is not. It is still good. It's timeless. It's literally timeless. And you hear it all the time at movies. Some radio stations play it, I'm sure. It's also hard to really even review one of these albums because they're always so elegant and well put together. And that's no exception for this one. This one is super well thought of. And I don't know if this is like original work or if it's like just like covers. I think it's original though. I've never heard any of these compositions before. This album is broken down into like so many parts, and there's like 17 tracks on this big guy, and they're usually mediumly long, and usually orchestra music is long. And really, Yo-Yo Ma is on, of course, the cello, and Thile, I keep wanting to say his name wrong, but he's on the mandolin, and that also sounds awesome. This is really good, and there's also bass in there, which I'm sure Edgar Meyer does. And overall, this is a very elegant album. This is very soothing to the ears, and I really am enjoying this, especially right now. I'm gonna be DJing a wedding, so I bought this album in preparation for that. And I put that on my set list, and it's beautiful. It's great. I definitely recommend this if you're doing wedding music and you want some really nice, elegant stuff. This is really good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Yo-Yo Ma, because he's an awesome cello artist, for sure. There are so many tracks on this album, but it's good. It's really good, actually. I feel like I'm really underdressed for this, and I'm wearing a flat bill hat. I feel like a douche right now. But hey, you gotta switch it up sometimes. But overall, I think this album's really well put together and really well thought of, if anything, and it's beautiful. It is. It's really nice and elegant. And really, that's all I really got to say about it. I just wanted to give my thoughts on this because I've been wanting to review a classical album for some time because I do admire the genre of classical. You know, there's a lot of different eras in that, and I think this one covers a little over the romantic period and beyond that, and it's good. And I think there's a little bit of that pre-stuff too, romantic period. But excuse me, because this is my favorite part. It's a prelude and fugue in E minor, BWV 548, and the rest is like listing the instruments as the double bass, the cello, the mandolin. This is like one of my favorite parts of the album. If you're curious, that's my favorite part. This is a hard name to remember, come on. But yeah, I definitely recommend you check this out. This is definitely a 5 out of 5. There was no doubt about that. And I also do admire like 2 cellos. The piano guys are really good too. And Lindsey Sterling's kind of like classical mixed with EDM, and I do really like that too. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and do you like classical music? I sure do. What's your favorite classical song? Mine's probably Clair de Lune, Just such a great piece. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and peace.